Alrighty, guys. Binger's Anime Edition here. Oh, wow.
You're
am
Mo.
not Mo. Maddie speaking, and my wonderful co-host Mo is here to join us as she is
Hello,
every
everyone.
single week. So today we're doing a top 10 anime opening again, but this time we're focusing on like the mystery horror genre. It just felt kind of fitting. Most of our favorite openings are in this genre anyway, so we're like, hell yeah, we're going to do this. Without further ado, do you want to do the first one?
Yeah, let's start off with our number 10. And for in that spot, we have the opening to Erased. What's it called?
It's called Riri by Asian Kung Fu Generation.
I can't with that name.
I know, it's pretty funny. It's a pretty good opening. I mean, Erased is a mystery. It's actually rated really well for an IMDb and everything. So there's nothing like super unique about it. Like I really like they use the film thing, that visual I really like a lot. The song's pretty cool.
I mean, if like the song's okay, it's not my favorite. The visuals are pretty good, you know, and it does give a lot of context to the anime in itself. Like watching the anime and then going back and watching the opening, you can see a lot of like, oh, I didn't even realize that, you know?
For sure.
And that's kind of like what I like to see in especially my mystery type of
same.
animes.
For both of us, we love openings that if you go back and rewatch the anime and watch the opening, you're like, oh my god, it spoiled the whole thing. But it didn't spoil it because you only know about it because you finish it. So it hints at everything. Like,
yes, exactly.
Most of our favorite ones are in that case.
But the only reason really it didn't get rated that high was I honestly think that
I mean, everything else on this list is really good. So
yeah, compared to everything else on this list, it does its job a lot better.
There's nothing that really sticks out in this opening other than the whole film thing.
Other than the context.
And then the context. And it did have good music with beats and stuff. I thought that was pretty good. But other than that, there's nothing super unique, you know?
Yeah, I completely agree. It's one of those ones, like earlier today I was sitting in, like when we were recording an episode, I was sitting in here humming it. You know, and like it's just kind of like one of those ones
catchy.
that, like,
I mean, this song, if you download it on Spotify, it's literally like 4 minutes long, but only like a minute and a half is actual lyrics. The rest is instrumental, and I'm just like, what the hell? I just want to listen to like the lyrics, but whatever.
But it did make our top 10 list. We did think that it deserves
number
to
10.
be. We did think that it deserved to be on the top 10.
So I'll do the next spot. So for
go
number
ahead.
9, we had the opening for Elfenlied, which was Lilium by Greshny Project. That was a butcher pronunciation, but that's okay.
We're not looking for accuracy.
Right?
We're not looking for perfection.
This opening is pretty unique. I mean, I'll give it that much. It is very unique.
I really love all of the like parallels that it makes to different kinds of paintings, you know?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. This opening is really trippy. It is a very unique style. The song is opera, which is I like a lot. We always recognize it when we do these opening quizzes. But I don't know. For me, it just was. I think you like the resemblance to all the paintings, whereas for me, I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on. There's no context. There's like, it's in a very weird style, but it's different, which I think makes it stick out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, definitely. I think that the music also combines a lot into it, and like it's just very like a melancholy feeling, which if you've ever watched Elfenlied, it's a very melancholy anime.
This girl is like winning the hearts of some guys and then ripping the heart out from other guys. Like that is quite literally what Lucy does.
Exactly.
She's batshit crazy.
You know, I mean, it doesn't give too much context into the anime, and
it does. It is very X-rated. There's a lot.
I mean, other than X-rated, it doesn't give too much into
It's very revealing of Lucy's entire body. Like,
Yeah.
leaves nothing to the imagination. But then again, the first 10 minutes of this anime also doesn't leave much to the animation. So,
to the imagination.
much to the imagination.
Doesn't leave much to the animation.
Leave much to the game. What? Sorry there. But yeah, I mean,
it definitely compared to Erased, I think that it had just like maybe a little bit more
uniqueness
than Erased.
I don't think I've ever seen an opening anything like this ever anywhere. Like, I don't hear opera openings music,
especially with anime.
With anime combined with this type of visuals to represent that dark of an anime.
Exactly.
So, Mo, do you want to do our number 8 spot?
Yeah, most definitely. In our number 8 spot, we have Another, and the song is Nightmare Contagion by
Alley Project.
Yeah.
I really like this opening and had it rated a lot higher on my list personally, but because it's very unique, the song is very unique. It's like an accordion. It's a different type of style. The visuals I thought were pretty cool because this anime is like horror mystery to the max. Like, in my opinion, this one it's very gory. And I think the opening represents that well. And it's just like Erased, where it gives enough context. Like, if you rewatch it, this entire opening shows how everyone will die. It shows everything, and you're like, oh my god. It, like, you rewatch it and it sums up the entire anime, and that's why I like this opening so much.
Exactly. I mean, definitely when it came to visuals and music with me, it did not get rated as high, but it got rated, I think, like a 9 in context for me.
Oh yeah, the context was so
because
high.
like you just watch it, and after seeing it's like Erased. After watching the anime and then going back and watching the opening, you're like, it just gave away everything.
Right, yeah. It's really good in that aspect, and that's why it sticks out so much to me. I really do like the Another opening quite a bit.
Though I will say
the
that
dolls are super creepy as well.
Yeah, all of it's super creepy, and it's
Very
definitely fitting
mood-setting.
for the anime. I just didn't like how kind of for half the opening it was just a pan out of the school.
When we rewatched it didn't really pan out for half the opening, and it also panned in technically, so I don't know.
Well,
it was like a good 10 seconds of the 1.5-minute opening.
I don't know, but like it was like the title of the show stayed up for way too long, and then like the whole panning in of the school,
I don't know. Personally, I like the slow at the beginning. It's very eerie. And then it hits like a bunch of really quick beats, and it shows a lot of snippets of what's going to happen. And I like that. I like that contrast. I think that's fitting for the anime itself as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's my opinion. Just my opinion.
Just, putting it out there.
And for number 7 on our list, which is the opening for Dead Man Wonderland, which is One Reason by DWB featuring Fade.
I love this opening.
I do not love this opening.
I like it. Okay, when it comes to me and my horror/mystery animes, I really like heavy metal.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love heavy metal.
I
love heavy metal. I just don't like this opening.
Why?
I think it's because the song is okay, but it doesn't really stick out that much to me. But I also I didn't really like it. There's like the cameos, I guess, technically, like the shots of all the different people.
The still shots.
And I didn't like the still shots that much. There's certain parts that are really cool. I love the red. I love the blood, and I love that. But then you have what's her name? Zero?
No.
What's her name?
That one chick? It's been so long since I've seen
the white hair girl. She's just kind of dancing, and I'm like,
well, I think that it's supposed to be kind of like chaotic and supposed to meet.
It's very chaotic.
It's supposed
and
to
it snippets well, and okay, there's a reason why it is rated this high because I ranked it kind of high, but I don't know. It doesn't stick out to me that much.
Well, like the whole thing about it is that I think the whole kind of like fast-paced moving type of thing is supposed to like parallel like insanity and stuff, and
which this show is insanity.
Yeah.
The show is batshit crazy. I liked the show, but also didn't. Like there's this weird thing with me. Like if I'm watching a show, I need to have like a slight sliver of hope for there will be a possible happy ending. And in this show, I never had a happy ending ever, and it kind of
I
made
honestly
me
think
mad.
that for the show that they thought that they were going to continue on,
Yeah, they never fucking continued
and
on.
then they never continued on, and
It
so
just ended, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
they gave us this like weird ass side story ending to like Crows, you know,
Which
how he
I
got
never
his
watched it.
branch of sin and all that, and you know, nothing else after that.
But yeah, overall, the opening was still pretty good. I like the music, the visuals really good, the context. I mean, I think it was there, but compared to everything else on this list, I think the context is a little lower. I think that's why it's a little lower on the list.
Honestly, I always think it's so weird for people to say like they simp over anime characters, you know, or they think an anime character is hot. But I don't know, just watching this opening and then they get to the part where like all the abs are like coming and I just like I'm like I
Yeah,
simp.
I do not simp for that. I was kind of like, I don't care that much, you know? I was like, I don't know. There is
But you're
definitely openings like Attack on Titan that I simp over.
I wish you could see it through my eyes. And
Yeah.
then it's like
You would understand.
you would understand.
Alrighty, so Mo, do you want to talk about our number 6 spot on this list?
Yeah, definitely.
Don't you mean most definitely? Okay, I'm sorry.
Continuing. In our number 6 spot, we have Death Note. The Death Note opening.
The
It's
first
called,
opening for
Yeah,
Death
the
Note.
first opening. Of course, like, you know,
The second one's okay, but
doesn't
the
count.
first one's way better.
It's called The World by Nightmare.
Yeah, I love the context in this for the symbolism. I love the symbolism in this opening. I love the way they take very historic Renaissance sculptures and paintings and put their characters in it. And they're very quick panels, but they do that, and I love that. That's why I love the context so much in this.
I just think it's such an iconic opening.
Oh, the
I
song.
mean, yeah, but I think it fits with the whole visual of the opening, like the song, like in the way that it moves fast and like the whole back and forth thing between L and Light.
And the colors, the red and blue.
Yes, the
like
red and blue
very-
contrasting, and then
The apple's red, which
Yes.
is L. I mean, not L's, it's Light's, and then L's blue, and it's just very interesting. Like, it even portrays
It
the
just-
main protagonist as red, which most of us associate with, like,
My
the bad guy.
honestly favorite parts are when it's Light and L together in like one panel in the opening and stuff, and it's like going back and forth between, you know, both of them, and it's just like it shadows like their back and forth, you know, war within the anime.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's
Like,
a very
it's like
good, a very iconic opening. I think anyone recognizes the first opening sequence.
Well, and it's like, you know, you're sitting there watching the opening and you're like, well, who's gonna win?
Yeah.
You know, like
And the anime ended after 15 episodes. I mean, guys. let's
yeah,
be
if we're
honest
gonna
here.
be honest, the anime ended after 15 episodes.
There is not anything after that. That's what I'll tell
It
all
does
my
not
friends.
exist.
All right. Well, I am going to list the number 5 opening, which is Kakaguri opening 1, which is Deal with a Devil by, what is the artist?
Tia? Or TIA?
Tia. I'm sorry, Tia, if you're out there and listening to our podcast. I apologize for
Rinky
mispronouncing
Dink
that.
podcast.
Rinky Dink podcast with our 7 subscribers, maybe.
Please.
Hopefully. Please be there. But this opening cracks me up. I love this opening so much. The music's pretty good. It is an extremely sexual opening.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's not why I picked it, because the visuals are good.
No, it's very unique.
It's very unique. The whole banquet table, because Kakaguri is a Netflix original. It's a gambling anime, but it's like Food Wars, like for gambling, I guess would be the best way to describe it.
I would not put it on the same level as Food Wars because Food Wars is on its own level.
Okay, that's true. But it's the idea of like she literally has
It's
an
like-
orgasm every time she gambles.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah, and everyone does, and everyone's super sexual, and the opening portrays that.
I
Very well.
I like the opening just because it's got a unique art style.
Yeah, this art style is very unique. I picked it because of the visuals and I guess how sexual it was, but I guess that's
Like, I like the
just
song
me.
and I like the jazzy, you know, it kind of makes me think of like casinos and gambling
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
you know, Monte Carlo, Las Vegas type of, you know, feeling. And
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think it doesn't have a ton of context, but it shows the relationships between each character
I mean, it
well.
definitely shows every character
Yeah,
and
and
it
it
kind of
shows
shows
kind
what
of
every
like
character's for and, you
yeah,
know,
and like kind of what their clubs are they're part of, like who is under who, like who is friends with who or who's in love with who, and other things that happen.
but
It's
the thing that really stood out to me was definitely the visuals and the art in this. Are you
yeah,
okay?
that was my back.
Oh my god.
Oh, did you hear that?
No,
Oh,
but you just got this look on your face like something happened.
yeah, that was my back popping. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, I like the Kakagiri opening, but I don't know. That's just my thing. And so, do you want to list our number 4 on our list, Mo?
Yeah, definitely. And for number 4, we have the opening to Parasite. I can't read that last word. It says "let me what."
Okay, it's Let Me Hear.
That's what I thought it
It's
said.
Let Me Hear, and the band's name is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm sorry, I have bad handwriting. Actually, I have a really great handwriting. What are you talking about?
Well, if I can't read here,
Yeah, I kind of scribbled it there because I was trying to like get through it pretty quick. But this is a really good opening. Like I actually rated this like very low on my personal list, but I'm glad it got moved up.
It was rated number 2 on my list.
Yeah, on yours. And for me, it was like, oh, it was rated number 7, so it wasn't that low. But
I mean, it was like 3 lower. You know.
yeah, it's true. But it's one of those heavy metal openings that
I
Mo
love
loves
it.
so much, and I like it
absolutely
too.
love it.
I think the reason why I don't like the song anymore is because I listened to it so much on my Spotify playlist for like a year straight that I'm just burnt out from the music.
You know, when I first watched the opening when watching the anime, I didn't really like it, you know, and I would always just like kind of skip it. Now going back and doing this like top 10 stuff and like
Yeah.
rewatching it, I'm finding more that I like it.
Yeah, and like I feel like that's what happened for us last week with Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, most
like,
definitely.
We both didn't put that in our top 10, and then I was like, I have it as an honorable mention. Let's just watch it real quick, and we are both like, damn, like
We were
maybe
like,
this deserves to be a little bit farther up there, you know?
Yeah, it was just like as an honorable mention, and then we were just like, okay, like let's rework whatever we got here.
Yeah, like Mo and I showed up, and I'm like, okay, I feel like our lists are pretty much the same, and she's like, oh no, they're not.
Are you
the
talking
same
about
at all."
today?
Yeah, today. We were like,
yeah, literally,
a little-
he well, it was so funny. I walked in and he was like, okay, I think we're just gonna add, it's gonna be super easy because I think our lists are probably the same. And I said, no, they're not.
and I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, this was my number 1. I'm like,
I was
real?
I was like, they're completely different. Like, I don't even think we have any of the same ones in the same spots.
Yeah, we didn't. It's fine. But I think I like our list now better, though.
Oh yeah, I think
good.
it's better.
Anyway, back to Parasite's opening. I think the visuals really cool. They did it. I like, because, you know, in Parasite, pretty much, without major spoilers, this alien species is taking over the human body and they become like weapons, pretty much, like in mutated aliens. And it's really cool how they'll show a character in their human form and then they'll show it with the mutation. And then like it shows that pretty well. It shows the relationships well. It shows the order of the characters dying pretty well, and all that stuff. And I like that.
I like the music. I never realized that the Parasite opening actually had like a heavy metal song.
Yeah, it's such a
And
heavy metal song.
I was like, oh my gosh, like they're literally like screamo, like
yeah,
in
it's
the
like
middle.
screamo. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, this fits perfectly. I love it.
it's really cool. The very opening, it's interesting because they have like, it
I
almost
like
looks
the
like
visuals of the glass breaking.
the glass breaking, and it like there's one. Is it this one that had the cymbal crash and then the glass break in it, or was it a different opening? That happens a lot. I think it's this one.
Yeah, it's one of them.
I think it's
Is it like
Parasite.
when they're like standing there and like
And there's like a ching. Oh yeah, it's this one. I
Yeah.
can hear it now. There's like either the glass breaks and there's a cymbal crash at the same moment. I
Yeah.
really like that. The very, very opening of it when it starts, there's like these bacteria things falling from the sky, which
that's
is cool.
the parasites.
The parasite, and I like that because it's like that's really what they are. They're an infection, but like I just liked it. I think the context was really good for it too.
Oh, definitely. And I like how like it started off one way and then it went to the screamo and then it like shifted back to like a more normal sounding and then at the end it was just like go hard.
You're like,
like
literally,
yeah.
Like, that's how I would describe that opening.
Yes.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do our number 3, which
go for it.
We might get some hate out there for this one not being number 1. But this is our personal preference, so I'm sorry. You guys decided to listen to our podcast, so we rated the first opening for Tokyo Ghoul as our number 3 spot, which is Unravel by TK. And I like this opening.
I do too.
I really like the song.
I mean, who doesn't like the song?
It's iconic. Like, everyone knows this. Like, yeah.
Yes. I mean, I can picture it in my head right now.
Oh, yeah. And then the colors and the visuals are beautiful.
Though I will say that there's a very lack in context because there's a lot of just of the characters just kind of standing around.
And keep in mind, for us, for context, it's like the symbolism, how the characters are portrayed, like the uniqueness of the anime. That's what our context is. And in this one, there's not a lot of uniqueness.
Like, it got most of its
visuals.
points through music and visual.
Yeah. The only thing for context I liked is how it shows the ghoul side of each character and the human side of each character, like, by a reflection.
Yes.
And I thought that was cool. I liked that a lot. But
I remember you were sitting in, like, the living room and you were telling me, like, you know, the, like, one girl with, like, purple hair. I forgot what her name is. That
Toka. No, Rhea?
The other
Riza?
one.
Reza? We haven't watched this anime in forever. I'm so sorry, Tokyo Ghoul Die Hard Friends. And it got trash. I'm sorry. The newest seasons are not that great.
No, yeah, the one that, like, tried to eat, like, Kaneki or whatever, you know? You were in there, like, telling me that you thought she was going to be a main character.
And she fucking died in the first episode.
She died.
But
I mean, technically she's like, kind of.
She kind of just lives on. I think in the manga, she's a lot more crucial.
What?
In the manga, there's a lot more, like, conversations in his head with her, apparently.
Oh, I thought you were like, she came back to life, and it's like, no.
Well, no. Yeah, actually, I think in the manga, she's not dead. Or either she's not dead or they're harvesting her body.
Okay.
Yeah, the manga gets kind of crazy. I'm sorry, I haven't read the manga. And the second season of Tokyo Ghoul was not canon. And then the third season just kind of like picked off where the second season left off and then went with the manga. And I was like, I had no idea what was going on. It's just it's a hot mess. It's very confusing.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, Tokyo Ghoul opening iconic.
I love
the music.
The visual where, you know, they're standing there and it's just like
and
the
just
color like
burst,
shoots out of their back.
Oh,
you know?
It's so cool. I really like that. And I love how the glass is broken and at the when the title's showing, the title's broken where the glass is broken. I really like that. I think that, and then it kind of slowly.
I think the colors
so
at that point are just like
so
beautiful and it like adds to like the whole element of like.
I mean, there's a reason why it's number 3 on our list.
Yes,
it's
definitely.
really good. So Mo, how about you list our number 2 on this list?
Number 2, this is definitely a favorite between me and Maddie.
We listen to the song all the time in the car.
Yeah, it's the opening to Death Parade, Flyers by Bradio.
It is so good. Like in the whole like the hand up at the very beginning. Anytime the song pops on, we're just like straight up.
Every time the song pops up, me and Maddie's hand just like goes up.
Shoots straight up.
Like we just did it right now.
Yeah, we're total weebs. I don't care. So what I love so much about this opening is, one, the music's amazing, but the opening does not fit the anime at all. Like, the anime is super, super dark. It's about death. It's about dying and the afterlife and where you go. The opening is like this upbeat, like, party. Everyone's drinking and having a good time and, you know, living life pretty much. And I think it's just really... I love that contrast. Like, that context is the complete opposite of, like, Another, which fits the mood perfectly, where this is the complete opposite. Yeah. And I like that juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition.
I thought it's juxtaposition.
What?
Well.
I don't know. I really like...
English is not my first language.
I love the music. I love it's kind of different and out there, and like the visuals I'm talking about, how it's so lighthearted, like the two main characters are dancing with each other and
It's just
everyone's
and
like
it's
having a
cool.
good time and stuff, like it's like a big old party.
And the
You know,
visuals are really unique and they're very
the only thing that I would
interesting.
say about it is that if somebody watched it, they might take it the wrong way.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the anime's tone
But then
well.
again, you could say the exact same thing about Madoka Magica. You know,
That's true. That's who that's a whole nother.
I don't know. I think a good anime is like opening is when you can have that kind of different opening. You know, like
It's
from what the tone of the show
yeah, it's
is.
like Elfen Lied. Like it's just very different. It's different than what's normally done. But yeah, cuz in this aspect they didn't go with the idea of kind of like putting hints at what's to come. It's not a mystery. Like it's not a mystery anime. Instead they went the different route of just very different styled opening, and I love
Yeah.
that.
I just
It's a great one. I love this opening.
yeah.
I
think it's amazing.
I think the only reason why this is rated so high is because of the song and then the very upbeatness of this. And compared to everything else on this list, it's so upbeat.
Most definitely.
So before we list our number one, we're gonna kind of list a couple honorable mentions for different openings.
Same as last
Yeah,
time. 3 honorable mentions that
and
we thought were good, but just didn't make
and
the
especially the
list.
first honorable mention, like me and Mo were like, which one should we put? Like, should we put this one or should we put Erased as number 10? But in the end, we chose Erased, and we already explained that. So the first honorable mention is Promised Neverland. I did not write the song or anything for it, but it's a new anime. It's a unique opening.
I think it fits the anime very well.
And like the graphics are very cool. I love the lantern and the flame in the lantern.
Yeah.
But like you said, the character cameos are just kind of.
I'm going to be honest, like the visuals just are not on par with everything else we have on our list.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just
Standing
stills of the
around.
characters and not really doing anything. The only really action you see in the whole opening is at the very beginning.
Yeah.
When they're running, and then that's it.
Yeah, and the rest is kind of it's okay.
And I could say like the song is okay. It's not really anything like it doesn't like
pump you up as much.
Well, it doesn't really ever have that like bass drop or anything, and it doesn't like.
I mean, the whole still thing is kind of why like the next honorable mention is Danganronpa, which I just watched this anime and I really like this anime, but there's nothing special about the opening. It's pretty much just takes the video game opening and gives it an anime twist, like an animation.
It literally just it's just every slide is just pictures of the characters and who they are, you know.
And I like the song, which is just kind of wacky, but that's about it.
I like the beat of the song.
It's like, just, and then I love how the bear thing. I forgot his name, Makado, Kuma, or whatever his name is. Sorry, Mr. Bear. He's just dancing. He's just chilling, and I love it. And he's just like doing this super sexual bear dance, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's just it's pretty funny, but like once again, like it didn't make the top 10 because the other stuff is just a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final honorable mention, which I like this opening a lot. Mo, you've never seen this anime.
I've never, but if I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't like the song and I didn't like the visuals.
Yeah, I figured
either.
You would say that. Terran Resonance's opening, I put not high, but I put it on the list because of the context of it, and I like how different it is. It's like different and unique, but it's not amazing by any means. That's why I put it on the list compared to some of the other shit that's on this. I watched a lot of openings since I'm sorry, but this genre doesn't have that many great openings other than the
but the ones that we have on our list we believe are great. The best ones.
Oh my gosh, there's a good chance that most of our top 5 on this list will make like our personal top 10s of all anime openings.
Oh, most definitely.
Actually, yeah, probably.
Yeah, especially our number 1.
Oh yeah. So speaking of number 1, Mo, do you want to list off our number 1 opening?
Yeah, most definitely. And in our number 1 top spot for horror mystery anime openings is Future Diary.
I freaking love this anime opening. So I don't really know how to say the name of this opening.
Kuroso Misagi or
Yeah, something like that. It's by Yui.
something.
And sadly, there's not anywhere to find it on YouTube. I mean,
Or
not
Apple Music.
on Apple Music or Spotify. It's on YouTube. And there's a lot of English and Japanese covers of it. So I just listen to that a lot because I freaking love this song. I know this song by heart.
This is like an opening that's just like, it hits home for us.
And like, okay, a lot of people are going to be like, oh no, Tokyo Ghoul's opening is so much better than this. The context for this is so good. Like it is rated. The reason why it's rated so high is the context. Like if you rewatch this anime after,
Oh, I believe also the visuals
oh,
was
the
also
visuals
what
are cool, but like
elevate it.
if you rewatch, like you just watch the opening after watching the entire anime, it like tells you everything that happens.
Well, it doesn't tell you everything that happens, but it gives you just little hints.
Yeah, and it's
like
yeah.
each of the objects that each of the contestants have, and
Oh yeah. I like this anime a lot, which I know this is like a divided, like either some people are diehard like this is the best anime in the world, or this anime is trash. I'm like, I love this anime, but I'm not gonna say it's the best in the world because Brotherhood's really good. Like I know other stuff is better, but for me, this is one of my favorite of all time.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because it's a mystery battle royale. It's kind of,
it's different.
it's trippy, bro. It is trippy.
It's not it's not like anything that I've ever seen before.
Oh yeah, and like we watched it together, and like I remember you were like, "You're never gonna guess the ending. It has such a crazy plot twist." And like I want to say,
I was so mad because the whole reason I wanted him to watch this anime was because I was like, "There's no way he's gonna be able to guess the ending."
And I want to say like in episode 10, like I know it's still this opening is when I figured it out because of the very ending of this opening when I finally figured it out. But I just was like, you were like, it's the most crazy thing ever. And I'm like, okay, if it's crazy, this is what I think it is. And I said it. And she literally looks at me and she's like, I'm not telling you if that's true or not. I'm like, fuck yeah, I got it, bitches.
I just like sitting there the whole time and I was like, I hate you so much.
Yeah, it's pretty, it's still though, like even watching it after kind of knowing what would happen, it was still crazy. Like it's such a crazy show.
It's one that you recommend all the time to.
Oh yeah, like
your
I
friends.
try getting my friends to watch it with me, and they're like, "This is a bloodbath," and I'm like, "Yes, it's a bloodbath. This is why I like this show so much."
It is definitely an anime that is not attached to its characters.
Oh, I love it. Well, the whole idea is a battle royale, and I like battle royale.
But like even secondary characters.
That's true.
They're like bye.
They're like bye. Literally everyone, I feel like. But the opening is so cool because the music at the very beginning, it's like this kind of, what would you call it? Like instrument, like opera, like vocal a cappella type thing.
Yeah,
And
I would say
slow.
more it's like opera.
Very opera-ishy. We're not musically inclined in that aspect, but then it takes a sudden like right turn into like heavy metal, and I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, it's so good.
I mean, definitely just like watching the opening, it gets me pumped to watch
Oh yeah,
the
it's
show.
it's a very good opening. I like it a lot. The colors of the red on the grayscale, I like that a lot. Because the second opening does the grayscale with blue, but I like the first one a lot better.
I definitely it fits the tone of the anime.
Oh yeah,
perfectly.
Oh yeah, and then there's just so many hints about how it ends, and I love that. I think that is so interesting, and it just gets me pumped for it. And the reason why, like, I had Death Parade actually higher. Actually, I had Mirror Nikki as like number 6 for this list, like Future Diary, and Mo had it as number 1. And I was like, heck yeah, let's put it as number 1. I love this opening.
Yeah, Maddie didn't think that I was actually going to put it as my number 1, but then compared to everything else that we had on our list, I was like, it's obvious that this one is number 1.
Yeah, like our top 3 are all really, really good. But for this genre specifically, the hinting at what's to come in the mystery aspect is why we put this as number 1. And that's why Death Parade and Tokyo Ghoul's openings weren't put up there, because I think we were more looking at the mystery side anyway, and this grasped the horror of it so well with the blood everywhere. I love it. Such a good opening.
I highly recommend that you go listen to that song.
Oh, it's
like,
so good.
It'll get you like
banging
your head like in your bathroom.
I know this song by heart in Japanese. I know it by heart in English. I just love this opening.
I do too. I wish they had it on Apple Music.
Oh, it's so good. I wish it was on the actual song was on Spotify.
Yeah,
I
that's
keep
what
waiting.
I mean.
I'm like, come on, give it to me.
And like you can't find it anywhere. Like I can find the artist, but like
yeah, I'm like,
I can
girl,
never
what
find
you
the
doing?
actual
You're just
song.
hoarding this song. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But Yeah, so that's our top 10 anime openings for horror and mystery animes. I would recommend checking out pretty much any of these animes. They're all really good as well.
Most definitely. I don't really see an anime on there that I'm like, that one wasn't really good.
Yeah, but like if this is your genre, like I would suggest, like we always rank these based off the openings, but all these animes are great to watch in general.
Most definitely. Yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in to
I love you guys.
our
Benjies.
episode.
Well, thank you guys for coming. Good luck binging.
We'll see
stay
you
safe.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.